today is Thursday, but on Tuesday's Science Times, there was an article that has to do with what we do. So what it is the lead article is Finding Zen in a Patch of Nature. And it's a story about a scientist who, they use the word Zen sort of very generally just to mean sort of spiritual or contemplative. And it is a good word for that because Zen comes from the Sanskrit word dhyan, which means meditation, and made its way east and became Zen. But what it is this guy is a naturalist, and what he did was he picked out, oh my gosh, Michael. Oh, Michael, I'm going to tell again. So we're looking at this article about a scientist who's finding Zen in a patch of nature. And so what it is this scientist found a 3-foot diameter circle in the forest, and he chose that as what he called his mandala. And then for a whole year, he came back to this 3-foot circle, and he studied that one little patch of forest, and he came up with all these interesting ideas and theories and discoveries from just that one thing. And that has so much to do with what we do with our body when we do yoga. One of the things that we've been talking about is that Patanjali, in the 3rd chapter, starts with a sutra, Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharana. And what that means is Desha means this place. Desha Bandha means binding. Chittasya is consciousness. And Dharana is yogic concentration. So what that means is yogic concentration is binding our awareness to the here and now. And that's exactly what this scientist has chosen to do. He's taken this one area and he's going back to it and studying it as if it's a text. And when we do Hatha Yoga, we use the body as the text. And there's a chapter, the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, is called the yoga of the field and the knower of the field. And Krishna says this body is a field, and within this field is the knower. And he says true knowledge is to know the field and to know the knower of the field. And the knower of the field is called the Atman, the self. So that is a whole chapter that is dedicated to this concept that this body is a field, just like this scientist is studying this plot of Earth. We study the plot of Earth, which is the body. And the Upanishads say to go deeper. One of the beautiful things of the Chandogya Upanishad says, like strangers in a strange land. You've heard that phrase? It comes from the Upanishads. Like strangers in a strange land, walking over a hidden treasure day by day, we enter the world of Brahman in deep sleep, but we never find it, carried away by what is false. So, like strangers in a strange land, walking over a plot of earth in which there's a treasure, and we never see it. So the Upanishads are referring to the fact that in deep sleep, we enter the place of the wisdom sheath every night. But we're not conscious when we enter the wisdom sheath. But today, in this class, we're going to enter that sheath with our consciousness, with our awake mind, and we will be in what is called Chaturya, which is the 4th state. Okay? So that's what we're doing. We're using the body as our plot of ground, and we're going to study. Another beautiful thing that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I have the Gita here on my phone, is by meditation, behold the self in the self by means of the self. And that's what we do. We don't need anything else, okay? So what we're going to do is, hi Nancy, I'm glad you're reading. We're going to start with our breathing awareness, and we'll let the breath take us deep into this field, which is our body. In that chapter, Krishna talks about that our actions are seeds planted in the field of the body, which bear fruit as our karmas. Okay? So now we're going to be planting the seeds of awareness, of present moment awareness, Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharana, and the seeds of love. That's what I do. I make everything really easy by just basically breathing with love. That makes yoga happen automatically. So let's go. So we're going to start with our awareness of our breathing, taking it all the way down to the floor of the body, which is the earth plane in the dynamic of our consciousness, in that as we now exhale, bringing the breath all the way to the crown. We'll do Mula Bandha very soon. And we're going to let the inhalation come back down. So we're going to locate the center of the mandala of our body, okay, with the breath awareness. The breath is always traveling with the prana energy through the sushumna, the central channel. Okay? The breath energy is always moving through the central channel, which is the sushumna. And the floor of the sushumna in that polarity is the earth plane, and then the crown center is the celestial plane. So we're going to be linking them together with our consciousness. But let's just find that center with our breath. Now I'll be quiet. Going all the way out. As you take these long inhalations, and especially the long, long exhalations, you're triggering the parasympathetic nervous system to be more prominently active. Okay? And the parasympathetic, as we know, is that aspect of the nervous system which is responsible for assimilation, healing, repair, sexual arousal, all those things. So just to trigger that parasympathetic by lengthening the breath now. Long in and long out. So what we've been having fun with are the Mula Bandhas. And I'm going to describe them a little more carefully. So the Mula is the root. We're very much about the earth plane today. We started with the idea that the body is a plot of our own personal acreage. And the root plane at the bottom of the spinal column is the mula. And the mula is the root of any tree. And a bandha, remember, desha, bandha, chittasya, bandha is binding. It could be squeezing. We're going to be squeezing up from that root. We're going to get a hold of the stick of prana at its base. Now we're going to exhale. We're going to be squeezing our genital muscles and pulling up from the perineum. And we're going to make it hard to exhale by putting tongue to teeth. And when we do that, the transversus abdominis is going to get involved, which is the aspect of the abdominal musculature, which is the deepest layer. And when you push air out or expel downward, it's active. So we're going to work. We've been working that core all throughout the class. Okay? So we make it hard to breathe out so that we can work it. Let's go to the root now with our consciousness and our inhalation. Put tongue to teeth and make it hard to expel as you squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Pull up from your perineum. Squeeze your genital muscles. Make it hard. Feel that work of the transversus. That's the deepest core. That's your core muscle. It wraps around the pelvis. You're feeling it. Now hold the breath out. We're going to hold it. Squeeze. Squeeze everything you have. And squeeze it to 3. Squeeze it to 2. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And 1. And let the inhalation come in with relaxing. And just breathe naturally. We'll be doing that 2 more times. So what's going on is that these pranayamas, they pacify the pranic sheath, which is the mind body. And you know, in order to enter into our own being, which is what we want to do, we want to dig for the treasure, we have to get past the tension, the surface tensions. And the pranayama loosens up, if you will, allowing us to dig into and find our own deep center. Okay? And you'll find out that you can dig into that deep center with your attention. Okay? Your awareness is the instrument with which we're going to enter that being. We'll do it together. Let's go. We'll breathe all the way to the base. Tongue to teeth and squeeze, and against resistance, it's feel that core muscle working, pull up, squeeze everything you have, squeeze the prana, the stick of prana which runs to the center, get a hold of the hilt of the sword, prana, and squeeze it. Oh, you can squeeze a little more, squeeze it up. And we're counted 3, 2, and relax and let the inhalation come in. Now, you're going to dig deep with your own consciousness. Doing this because we want to go to that treasure that the Upanishads speak of, and we're going to use the tip of the breath, okay, so the very end point of the breath to enter into that subtle space. We need that very precise instrument. So what I'm going to do with you now, we're going to tip the breath with love, because the love gets you in, all right? We're going to do that with love. We're going to breathe all the way to the floor, the earth plane. And we're going to exhale and do the love where you exhale and squeeze. Squeeze the anal, the genital, the perineal, and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Feel the transversus abdominis. You're going to squeeze it some more. Squeeze. Good. Now don't forget the love as you inhale to the count of 3, 2, 1, breathe it down. So in studying our own system, it's always, each day it's different. It's ever new. The yogic realizations are ever new. We're going to go into using our body language now to assist in our study. First by emptying ourselves. You're not going to learn anything, right? If you're full of knowledge, you have to get rid of everything you know. And especially as a scientist, we're going to relax, let the neck and shoulders and fingers go, and with our body language be in complete Agama. And breathe into the abdomen, stretching the diaphragm with your inhalation. Think of the inhalation as though that instrument with which we're penetrating our own field of consciousness. And letting the diaphragm muscle stretch releases this tension that prevents us from fully engaging in the moment. So if you can just breathe in to the belly and open it, that's Deshabandha Chittasya, Dharana. You're binding your consciousness to the here and now. And by the way, we're navel gazing. Nothing wrong with that. Then we're going to pull the fingertips against the knees and gently bring the chest forward. And draw the scapula back and down, press down, and lift that chest. Okay? You're going to pull back and lift the heart and let the shoulder blades come back. And now, binding consciousness to this new configuration. It's a different form. You're going to breathe fully. If you're uncomfortable, we're going to be aware, being able to be with discomfort. Lift up that heart, and then allow your ears to come to neutral. So you're coming back to neutral. And when we go to neutral, we'll always think, wherever we are, that we're bringing our shoulders back so that they're equidistant between the front and the back of the rib cage. Okay, so that's in our mind. Can't see it, but we're gonna feel our way to that equality. And we're going to let the ribs be over the hips. Good. So what we're doing is producing in our posture the readiness to be fully present. Okay, this sort of facilitates present moment awareness according to the study of embodied cognition. We're going to interlace the hands and press. So embodied cognition says when we think of the future, it juts forward. When we think of the past, it goes back. So we assist in present moment awareness, keep the ears over the shoulders, vertical alignment, pushing into both of the backs of the hands, press up, and let the shoulder blades come back. And we'll just feel that verticality now, okay? So it's what it is effortlessness. Okay, if we can really get alignment, we cease to have to work, and the energy flows through us. Okay, so let's get those ribs over the hips, press up and push down into the earth plane with our sit bones equally. Good. And what we're going to do with those equal sit bones is we're going to ease over to the left as we stretch the right ribs. Women and men, we're not stretching through the waist. It's more through the upper ribs. Let your ear rest on your shoulder. And push into that right sit bone. And think about plugging in through your ischias or your sit bones into the power source. And when we come up, we'll do the Mula Bandha. Squeeze up. So good. Such a wonderful recentering, right? And then we come back over to the left. And it's going to be the right, and we're going to push into that left sit bone. Good. And feel that you're plugged in, and you're going to keep those shoulder blades back, really pressing for a few moments. Let the armpits stretch, the inner elbows, the inner wrists and palms. Those are the things we hold on and grasp. And we're asking ourselves to let go. Okay? And we turn the palm toward the head, and we're going to exhale and open up like this. Squeeze the shoulder blades toward the spine, and just allow the body language to express this willingness to be here. So in your body language, you really start with allowing ourselves to feel we're letting go, which also is receiving. Keep that chest high. And now we're going to bend the elbows and press the elbows down and turn the palms out. Take a moment as you bring your ears back over your shoulders. You can toggle the chin from side to side. You'll feel the stretch of the sternocleidomastoid muscle, the side of the neck. Go ahead, give a stretch. And then keeping the ribs over the hips. So, as you know, what we do now is we push the past and the future out of our consciousness, and we're going to do the Mula Bandha and squeeze that muscle, the transversus, you'll feel. Let's go, girls and boys. Squeeze your shoulders together, ears back on the shoulders, squeeze them. Press away. No worries, no fantasies, nothing. No memories. Try it again, we'll bend the elbow. And this time when we do it, I want you to feel that deep layer of abdomen. We're going to feel it again and again as we go through the class. Okay? Shoulder blades back, elbows down, ears over shoulders, ribs over the hips. And it's, feel that muscle wherever fingers stay, binding your awareness to the central channel. Through the breath and through the musculature. Beautiful. We'll turn, and then we're going to take the right fingertips directly behind us. Give ourselves an extra spine with our right arm just behind the coccyx there, and the left hand on the right knee. Now, we probably lost the equality in the foundation. Restore it. So get your three things, the three prongs of the plug, with which you're plugged into reality, the two sit and the hand behind you, and you'll pull back. And that's like our laptop has three prongs. A grounding prong, and then the two for the alternating currents. Okay? You want to keep that equal as you now draw the left chin against the right knee, and then simply look to the side. Don't twist your neck. Okay, if you wanted to look further behind you, you would exhale that left shoulder a little further forward. And now we're feeling that nice twist, the spiral. Restore the equality. And if possible or wish to, take your right hand and reach around and grab the thigh. Now breathe into the belly to be here now. And exhale back to center. But it won't take that. What I do, don't forget, just keep weaving love, right? Accessing the breath with love every time you breathe. That's what I do. And you'll be in bliss. And we take that left hand up behind us and put it right behind you. And you're going to take the right hand on the left knee. Now, the foundation of the quality brings power. This is quite literally true. One of the words for this equal vision is samadhi. It means the experience of oneness. We're going to make the body conducive to samadhi by developing the equality in our foundation. You're going to pull back with that right hand against the left knee. You're going to open up that left chest and breathe into it where the heart is. Restore the equality. Okay? Exhale and pull back a little more. Then just turn it to the side. If you tried it on the other side, here's a good chance to experimentally wrap your hand around and see if the left hand reaches around. And relax the belly and see if it gets the left thigh, the right thigh, and restore the equality. And exhale back to center. Good. And we take another drink from that central channel. With this plot of earth, we're going to strike oil. We're going to strike this energy source. It's really true. And just as the oil beneath the earth is compressed and comes up like that, so is the Kundalini Shakti, the coiled power, spiritual power at the base of the spine is coiled and it rises up now. It will dance, it will lead, because it needs to be courted and loved. It will, if you do the love, that's what's going to happen. The right hand foot is forward. We're going to come forward, place one palm over the other, relax the head and neck. You're feeling the stretch of your right iliotibial band. You're loving your prana, because we've been talking about receptors on the cell. Nobel Prize winners have discovered the receptors for adrenaline on the cell. There are thousands of them. You're going to love your breath now. There's also receptors for the cocktail of chemistry, which is love and peace. You're going to breathe that and feed that to the cell. And you're going to walk your upper body over, when you wish, to the left, which will increase the intensity and relax your neck and shoulders. Relax and breathe. The intensity of the pose compels and helps us bind our attention to the present and to this place, Deshabandha Chittasya Dharana. I love that what I do, so I love my breath. Sometimes I just, when I breathe, I have the word yes. Yes is receiving the now.